Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you, whatever part of the world you're in. I wanted to do my daily. One thing I wanted to bring up, I made a post about it, and I don't know, a lot of posts out there. I don't know if people read it or not. Anyway, what I have here is my two of my Gilded Tarot decks. Honestly, not my favorite decks, but one of my favorites, or one of my, one of the first decks that I bought after taking a break, or actually the first deck after taking a break for quite a while from tarot. Anyway, what had happened? This deck here, this was the original one that I bought. Now it is kind of, I've got an order here. Apparently, I was working with it, but this deck had gotten tore up pretty bad, honestly, as far as warped and bent and everything. I drove a truck for about 10 years, and I took this deck with me all the time. So anyway, I got the deck. Uh, I went on vacation. While I was on vacation, they decided to let somebody else drive my truck the couple weeks I was on vacation. They cleaned my truck out for me, and they made a complete total mess of it. I came back. I had, you know, personal stuff that was walked on, left in the floor, and this deck. Uh, I don't know exactly what they'd done. It gotten wet, soaking wet. It was basically it was ruined. There was no use in this deck again. So I let it dry out and I put some baby powder on it because it wasn't really sliding, which is something you can do. Um, but it wasn't sliding real well. So I put some baby powder on it. I thought, well, I kind of gave up on it. The deck was ruined, which is the reason actually I bought this second deck. This is actually a new deck. Um, and I have a box, a great big wooden box. It's got several decks in it and reading cloths and so forth on my dresser. Well, yesterday we left and came back, and I got a cat that likes to get up there in my stuff all the time. And she had obviously knocked the box off, and this deck was laying in the floor, all scattered out. Like I said, this one you can't really see it with the camera and stuff. It's got a film on it to where it had baby powder stuck to it. It was pretty much ruined. It was warped. It was warped. Some of the cards was warped to the point, they would look like that in the deck, to where you couldn't use it. So, anyway, I went and picked up the deck, and I noticed obviously it's gotten damp, and with the stuff that's laying on top of the decks, bingo, it's right back to new. Not new, but it's usable again. I'm just completely, totally amazed at that. And this deck was the same thing. I actually laid this deck out because I like to charge my decks in moonlight and moonlight with crystal. So anyway, I laid this one out, and I wasn't thinking that it'll get damp here where we live, because of being in the mountains and so forth. I laid it out just for a little while, and went and got the deck, and it was warped. So same thing. It's straightened out. This is a new deck, straightened out. I was thrilled. So anyway, pretty excited about that. Like I said, it's not one of my favorite decks, but me and this one has been all over the country. We've been through all kinds of stuff together, and this one here was also an important deck for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do my daily with this one, and I haven't done anything with this. So this is what I normally do. Now, I was thinking it was brand new, but I have done some readings with it. Um, but normally, what I'll do is I always suggest if when you get a new deck, you get it together, at least do a few readings with it. Another thing, because you're working a lot with your subconscious mind, your subconscious remembers everything, and I will take the cards and I'll lay them out just like this, just kind of quickly, as long as you know the deck pretty well. Learn your pictures, learn your deck, so forth. But this is kind of a because everything you're laying out, your subconscious immediately that quick is picking up the pictures, and I'll go through them like this, so that way my subconscious is picking everything up of where the cards are in the deck, what cards, and I just go through this little deal right here, such as basic, like I said, it's like taking quick pictures for your subconscious of where everything is, especially a deck that you haven't used for a while. And it seems this works a lot better for me when I flip through the cards like this, go through the entire deck, just real quick, um, to get that placement of where the cards are in the deck. And as you can tell, yeah, these were new and they're still really slick because they're sliding all over the place here on me. Um, just amazes me because this deck, like I said, it was warped so bad that both of these decks, they were completely unusable, so I just put them up. But what I want to do is go ahead and see what's going on. Uh, do a daily reading with them real quick. I know this is kind of taking some time, but this is a method of showing something that I do that does seem to definitely work for me, especially a deck that I haven't used. If I just simply go lay down and go through them like this to know where everything's at, even if you're not consciously paying too much of attention to it, your subconscious is picking it up. So, and that helps with your reading because your subconscious is connected with your higher self, which that's where you have to get everything in your subconscious for these to work. So, anyway, I'm about done, and I'm gonna shuffle and do 3 cards real quick for the day. First reading done with these cards here in quite a while. It's been several years with this deck. I think I bought this one here when the deck had first came out on the market. So that's been quite a while. So there it is, bingo. Been through that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle and do my daily. Thus, the reason why I don't like to shuffle. I like to shuffle before the camera starts rolling. And this one here, I kept hitting and knocking it over. So it's the King of Swords. Uh, Somebody intelligent and not looking real good for the day. Everything seems to be reversed. Not good. Wow. Again, I'll see at the end of the day how things work out. Anyway, what I have here, I got a star. That's 17, and then I have a 3 of Wands. So there's a 20. That's between two people or two things, trying to weigh things out, especially with the 0 there, making it stronger. Um, this is a 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands reversed. I have the star reversed, and I have the Queen of Swords all reversed. Not looking pretty for the day, but doesn't necessarily mean things are bad. Again, this could be me or people around me um, when these come up. So, what we have here, the 3 of Wands is a project or something that you've been working on. When this comes up, reversed is basically, and one of the things that always you can see with this deck, it's not all decks, but most of them, more of a Rider-Waite deck, have a ship on it. And the first thing that comes to my mind is your ships come in. Well, when it comes up reversed, your ship didn't come in. It sunk out in the water somewhere. It didn't come in for you. Anyway, this is about attainment, something that you're going for. It's kind of slipping away. Also, you think about the number 2. This is a lack of cooperation with other people, especially in threes when this comes about. But the number for the day being a 2, and balance and cooperation, very strongly needed. There, it shows definitely an issue when cooperations. Now, something that you do need to check out is an overconfidence when this card, this is a wands, when it is reversed, there can be somebody that seems to be a little overconfident and cocky about something, their plans, which are basically unrealistic. They're not really coming out, you know, they're not making, they're not, nothing solid there when that comes up. But anyway, again, it could simply just be delays. There's can be delays in something that's going to take a little more time for it to come about, which is possible. But a lot of times, yeah, it's pipe dreams. Things aren't coming through. Um, you're wasting a lot of effort, and you have opposition and issues with that. So anyway, the star again came up yesterday, or it came up for my weekly, and it was reversed. Again, this is reversed, and again, this is saying that you need to have faith, have, uh, you know, to kind of move out there and get into the light, because you're pulling yourself out of the light. You're putting yourself in the darkness. You think about a dark sky and a star shining up in the sky. What you're doing is taking yourself out of that light, so to speak, and you kind of need to get in there. Now, there's also a big issue with this one right here, being a central card, is having difficulties with accepting help that's offered by others. Wanting to be uh, completely independent and so forth. But at times, somebody may always need help. And this is saying, if help is offered, you need to go ahead and you need to take that help. There's a very strong need to have hope and some faith in the future, because basically that's uh, yeah, pessimistic, negative attitude is unjustified. You have good things going on and coming for you, but you need to really get a grasp of that. School problems jumped out up with me, and that's a lot of this. I think is because this is Aquarius dealing with this energy right here, and a lot of times Aquarians seem to be, very intelligent, studious, and so forth. So that came up, but even though reversed, this still keeps most of its power. The only thing is you need to look at more of the positive side and instead of the negative, because there is definitely still cause and reason to have faith in the future when this comes up. Now, the Queen of Swords reversed. Oh boy, wonderful. This card, I'll just say it. My keyword for this thing is reversed is a real bitch. That's what I get with the Queen of War. This is somebody who's cold, misuse of speech. It's a sword. She's got a nasty mouth. Um, they're big about being giving out information or misinformation, lies, and being sarcastic and bigots. A lot of bigotry when this comes up. They'll use anything, emotional blackmail, somebody that you can't rely on. Um, this is somebody who seems to be very, very domineering, and they want to be secretly, basically, trying to discredit you or everybody around them to try to build themselves up and look better, is basically what they're doing. Because in that reverse position, honestly, I'm going to say this person, she's just a bitch. She's not real smart in the first place, because it is air and it deals with smart and intelligence, and she tries to cut everybody down just to build themselves up, because that's a personal issue that they have. But they don't have any regard for the rights or feelings of others, and this comes up. So if this is you personally, this is telling you that you really need to leave any bitter feelings and so forth, and that lack of emotion and caring. You need to open up when this comes out. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that reading for the day. I'll be back later. Really glad to have this deck back, everybody. I really appreciate the ones who are watching this, and if you would please leave comments or at least likes, this will help get the videos out to more people. Um, uh, and of course, keep the page going more, because with Facebook and the new stuff, people, as long as you're getting likes or little symbol comments, you know, the page gets out to more people, and there's a lot of people out there that I do occasionally get feedback from that have never seen a lot of the things, the posts or different things that I do, just simply because Facebook's not putting it out there. So I really would appreciate that. Everybody have a great day, and I'm out of here.